Welcome to our new series of interviews with Father Bob. The teenagers of St. Peter Parish will be interviewing Father Bob every month, asking him questions that have been on their minds. Stay tuned each month for a new video. Here is the next of many interviews to come.
So, Father Bob, is it true that if you start the Mass, do you have to finish it, like, no matter what? And how late can someone show up to Mass and have it count?
All right, so the Mass. Well, I've never thought about not finishing a Mass I started. I don't think that would be, a real question. I've just never even thought of it. So I think that, yes, you have to finish. There have been times where I've been interrupted, and it's basically the times when someone's had an emergency. I remember not all that long ago, it was Easter Sunday, and this guy, right after my homily, they're starting to, just before they took up the collection, he fainted. And people were all startled. It was in a smaller church, and they called the EMS. Well, I went down and I anointed him. I gave him the sacrament of the sick. And we all just prayed, and the emergency squad took him out. So I was able to visit him later that day, and he made a full recovery. But but I don't think that's maybe an interruption, but certainly the Mass was completed. In fact, they forgot to take the collection up that day. On Easter Sunday, I remembered it after communion, so I had them take it up after communion, so at least we did the collection. We were all kind of distracted, though, by what happened. So that happens. But otherwise, I suppose the other case would be if I'm celebrating Mass and I have a medical issue and I just keel over. Well, then someone else, hopefully another priest, could finish the Mass, and if not, they could, they'll have to have somebody else start. It also depends where you're at in the Mass. If you've already consecrated the elements, someone should finish the Mass, or you're up to that point where you're doing the consecration. What about you? I mean, coming to Mass, when is it legitimate, to make it a real Mass? And I don't think there's anything written firmly in stone. There are some people that would say different things. When I was growing up, they said you have to be there at the offertory, the consecration, and communion, even if you weren't going to communion. Today, I think more people would say you need to really be there before the beginning of the Gospel, before the Gospel's proclaimed, so you could hear the Gospel for the day as well as be there for the rest of the Mass. I would say that. But don't push it, get there before the sign of the cross and the opening song. So there you are.
Okay.